Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Building the Bible in Survival. Today, I'm with Mom. And we have... Oh, you really want to go?
Mr.
Do you want to
Cow.
go? Do you want to
We,
go?
no, my sword's about dead. We have
Well,
the cow joining
so
us.
we have completely flattened out in front of the ark, and there's a ginormous hole. This is for the door. I imagine the door is huge. Because you
I don't
gotta
think they've
fit
seen the
all the
floors
animals.
since we finished them.
Oh, yeah, well we can walk around real quick. Stairs are gonna go here, but they haven't been done yet. We were trying to come up with a design for the ceiling. We can't figure out what we want to do, so we're just gonna come back to that at a later time. So we'll figure that out. For now, this is what you get. Then I'll show you the next two levels. I should probably take my bed with me because
Mm,
I ain't trying to be murdered tonight.
yeah, it's about that time.
So yeah, we've been grinding on here just so we could make some good progress. So here's the second floor. Check it out. It's a boat.
It's a teva.
Tava.
Taba.
I think it's time to sleep. We also made clocks so that we could keep up with when we could sleep and all that.
It's literally telling me I cannot sleep yet, and it is dark out here.
There you go. Go to
Okay,
sleep.
there we go.
You got it. So yeah, here's the top. So this is what we've been doing. Now we just got to keep doing it. So today we're talking about like the literary structure, repetition patterns, and design of the flood story. So, and you'll understand why in a minute. So the door to the ark is going to be like triangular. So you're going to see what I mean by that. And that kind of goes with something that we're talking about today. So we'll get to that point. But for now, this is what we're going to be doing. What? So I went into, you guys know, I'll be going in creative mode, copying the world, then going into creative so I can design some of this stuff. So I did design this door. I didn't love it, but everybody else loved it, so we're going with it. Also, for some reason, Prisma isn't working right. Just accept it. It's fine. It's still Minecraft, and I'm struggling to place this scaffolding. Do you see it waving? It's like waving at me. Okay. So, place this out to here. And then you'll have... So we start one in on this. Yes. So we'll start like that. Word. Word to a brother. I really want a speed bridge, but I can't unless I do this. That'll work. Boom. Look at that. Look at that, lads. Okay. We're going to look at the biblical lesson too, also. So, so a lot of times we teach and read the flood as just a series of events, okay? But Genesis is doing something that's way more intentional than that, all right? So the story is written with patterns. I'm going to explain to you what those patterns are. Just give me a second. Oh, yeah, you guys didn't see me do that. That was horrible. Anyway. Climb up to here, run back across. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooga booga. I'm so dumb tonight. Okay. So, and once you start seeing these patterns, you realize this isn't just history, this is designed. Okay? So this is where we hear repetition. We usually think repetition's unnecessary. Um, like, why are you repeating yourself? You know what I mean? Gets on my nerves when people repeat themselves too much. I have a bad tendency to repeat myself. I like to, like, I think it's from where I've wrote so much, but I like to like give summaries or whatever of what I just said, and it's like, Broham, stop it, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Stop it.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
What the hillbilly honky tonk did you just say? Oh man, I fell off again.
Stop it.
I'm gonna keep doing that.
Okay, this is my question. Should I make the entrance to the mine like right here to get it out of the front of the boat, the teba, or should I put it like down here
I have no clue. The mine is your
so that
thing.
it's not? Yeah, but
The
do you want the entrance where it is, or
the
should I
biblical
just leave it
teaching
or
is
move
my
it?
thing.
May just leave it then if it ain't an issue.
I mean, if I have to move it, I'll move it.
That's why I was saying I can move it on down if I need to.
Anyway, so in Hebrew writing, repetition is one of the main tools of meaning. All right, they didn't use bold text, they didn't underline things, they didn't italicize, they didn't have bullet points. So they repeated words, phrases, and ideas. Right. So if the Bible repeats something, it's not by accident; it's emphasis on that thing. So repetition in the Bible does three things: it highlights importance, it creates structure, and it builds rhythm in the story. So repetition is how the text tells you what matters. So you got to also remember like how ancient Jews and stuff would remember things, because a lot of times also something ain't right here. So I've seen arguments and stuff about um, how can we trust two, and then three. My bad. So two, then three, then skip over three. Anyway, so I've seen a lot of arguments and stuff like, well, it was years. If I fall off of that one more time, I'm gonna be angry. Um, where it's like, well, how can we trust, what the writers of the Gospels wrote because it was years after Jesus' death, right? But these people, right, they operated different than like how we operate. So in ancient Jewish times or whatever, they would sit here and they would remember phrases like we live in a culture. I'm trying to word this correctly. Sorry, I'm focusing on a few different things at once and trying not to fall off again because I don't want to get angry. And this is not working out for me. Anyway, we live in a culture where we have short attention spans, right? But these people didn't. Like, if their rabbi said something, they held on to that for life. Okay? Well, that started in, like, Old Testament Jewish literature and things of that nature with repetition and stuff. So if something was repeated, they were like, okay, this is something super important that I need to remember. This is something I need to hold on to. So it's not crazy to understand that. You just got to look at it from a different perspective than what we live in, because what we live in is a culture that's completely dominated by, TikTok and other like Instagram reels, Facebook shorts, or whatever they're called. Like, we live in a culture that's dominated by short term media that just stimulates our brain for a second and then we move on from it. They didn't operate like that. They operated like, I have to remember every word said by this important figure in my life. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way that you can understand the importance of repetition in the Old Testament. I'm getting a bunch of emails from school right now. So anyway, because all them assignments are due tonight, everybody doing it last minute.
Got them all done though, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I got all mine done.
Good deal. Okay, I'm gonna Google and see.
Okay, so we'll keep on with the biblical lesson. Sorry. So one of the most repeated phrases, because we're talking about repetition being important, one of the most repeated phrases in the flood story is a word called kol basar, and I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. I looked it up, and I'm 90% sure that I'm pronouncing that right. It's kol basar. Okay, can you take a wild guess what that is? What that means in English?
What did you say?
Kol basar.
I have no idea.
So it's a commonly repeated thing in the flood story. And what kol basar means is all flesh. Got what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down?
Yes. I'm putting it up, picking up.
Okay, that should be fine for now. Okay, kol basar, all flesh. So kol means are, basar means flesh or living beings, okay? And I may put that on screen. I'm thinking about figuring out how to put text on screen. That would be cool, huh?
That would be cool.
If you don't see text on screen, I couldn't figure it out. If you see text on screen, guess what? I'm awesome.
You figured it
and
out.
I figured it out. So, we shall see, I guess. Okay. It's almost nighttime again.
Almost.
Okay, that looks correct. Correct. Anyway, so we'll keep moving on. So this phrase shows up over and over in Genesis 6 through 9, and it includes humans, animals, and everything that breathes, okay? So the flood is not described as partial judgment, it's total. We've talked about that in previous videos. So, why would they repeat this so much? What is so important about kol basar that the writer saw it important to keep repeating this? Okay? It's because the author wants you to feel the weight of everything that's going on. So every time you hear all flesh or kol basar, it's reinforcing that nothing escapes this event. Right? We've talked about that in its totality and everything else. Like, the author is wanting you to be like, wow, this is heavy stuff. You know, this isn't lightweight stuff. This is heavy. So yeah.
Kol basar.
Kol basar.
Kol basar.
All flesh.
I like learning new words.
I think I have a shovel. I do. Thank you, Lord. I was thinking we were going to do the steps and the door today, but I don't think I realized or thought about how long this door is going to take to make. So our door is technically like more of a drawbridge, but I always imagined it like that because how you going to fit all like the giraffes and stuff up in a little tiny door? That don't make no right sense, brother. That math ain't mathin'. Your math ain't right.
No,
bro.
but the design on it's gonna be beautiful, y'all.
Anyway. So. Next. I just keep going down. Yep. So this part's gonna be annoying, but that's okay. And this llama is about to die. Okay. Go up one more. Go over, 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 over. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to go boom, boom. Then we're going to go... All these people doing their schoolwork right now are making me angry.
Why?
Because it keeps popping up on all my different devices. Okay. Now we'll place the dirt block so that I can place... I forgot. It always does that. Should have grabbed more scaffolding, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it, man. Okay. Boom. Boom. Ow. Owie, owie. Okay. So then we'll go here. Boom. Uh-oh. Boom. That ain't right. Should've known that wasn't right. That's much more right. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Patience is a virtue, my friend. Sound like Mr. Miyagi. Daniel-san. If you haven't seen Karate Kid, you need to watch it. That movie is so good. So gas.
It's worth to watch.
You don't even really like Karate Kid. What are you talking about?
I always like Karate Kid.
Bull hockey.
I like the older ones better than the newer ones.
Okay. Would you care to grab me more spruce logs? I did not grab enough.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Where did I put that crafting table at? Did you pick it up?
What crafting table?
The one that I placed down at the start of this episode?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You picked it up.
I
Brother.
thought it was one that I left.
No, it's one that I placed because I needed it to
That's
be able to
hilarious.
work.
I've got it. I'll place it down.
It's fine. I came and used it on the inside. I'll get back to the biblical lesson in just a second. I just am building this. Of course I'm one short. So why would I not be? Can I do that? Surely I can. Yes.
Okay, what do you need? Spruce?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, then we'll mine all this out. No, Mom, if you wanted to, you could copy what I'm doing on the other side. I'm taking that like she doesn't want to, guys.
Yeah, do you want me to turn them into planks or just leave them like they are?
Just leave them like they are.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get a full thing of them if you think we'll need all of them.
No, not all of them.
No, I meant I'm going to get my inventory full of them, is what I meant.
I don't think we use that much. Maybe.
No, that's okay. So you need my help instead of me doing that. Okay. Where are you at?
I'm up here building the door. If you wanted to, you could just like copy everything that I'm doing and do it on the other side if you think you can do that. All it is going one diagonal on each one, but you have to make sure they're all facing the right way.
How many do I put down here?
You just go all the way back to the wall. But you got to make sure they're all facing the right way.
Let me see how they're facing.
Look, the way you have to do it. Let me show you. Let me teach you here, okay?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna use. You're not. No. You're not gonna use just basic logs. You gotta turn it into a 4-sided log, like this. See?
Okay.
So turn them into this. You have to use a crafting table to do that. Then come here.
Wait a minute. Let me break this up so I don't forget it. Okay.
Then the way you get it to face, you have to be facing forward towards it. So like when I was building this, I was facing forwards towards it, and you have to place some block, and then build off of that block. Okay, that's how you get it looking the way it needs to look.
There's 9 out.
You just go diagonal down from what I've already built. Just keep going down diagonal from what I already built until you hit the ground. That's it. Oh, shoot.
Okay, so I need to get...
Please work. Yes. Please work.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm putting some of these in here so you have them.
Yes. Beautimus. Beautimus, darling. Beautimus. Okay. We're going to go here and go boom. And obviously, I don't think this is like a completely biblically accurate door. But this is, I've always imagined the door of the ark being like a drawbridge. Because it also says God shut him in. We talked about that in a previous video too. So it's like, imagine a big ginormous door and God just like flinging that thing shut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Maybe I sound local. But I don't care. Makes sense in my brain. Okay, so that part's done. Yes. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And then...
Okay, so I'm... diagonal off what you already built. I don't have any steps.
I do. The steps are dark oak, though. They're not spruce.
Okay, well you can come through with the steps then.
Okay, so there's that.
Well, that ain't gonna work.
What did I do next here?
Ah, poop.
Okay, so then we're going to go in here. It's almost night time. I hope you got your bed close. There you go. Boom. Boom.
I didn't pull that out far enough.
Sorry, guys. I know I should be reading the biblical lesson, but I'm focusing on working. I'm a working man. There you go. I'm going to take a drink. My voice is getting hoarse.
Horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to go up to 1, 2. Uh-oh. I got a better idea than what I'm doing. Go up, over, should be...
Okay, so I'm going diagonal here. Well, poop. No, that is not right. Now, how do I set it the same direction as yours?
Uh-oh.
What?
That'll work. Okay, some boom. 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 And did I have another stair there? Looks like yes. Boom. Coolio, bro. Then I guess I built that from here. So boom. Yes. Then boom. Okay, pick up on my scaffolding. Boom. These two need to go. Yeah. Yes. Sorry guys, I'm not doing a very good job at teaching you anything right now. I'm just so focused on getting this 100% like the original design. I'm the worst. Okay, so we'll go back to the biblical lesson now. So this is where the ark matters so much, right? We already talked about how this all flesh or kol basar is reinforcing that nothing escapes this event, right? So this is why the ark matters so much, because if it's really all flesh, then survival is not normal. This is exceptional, right? So in the next phrase, that is one of the most intense phrases in the whole scripture. Well, in this whole story. The waters prevailed, okay? Genesis keeps repeating, the waters prevailed. So the Hebrew word gavar, meaning to overpower, to dominate, to become stronger. This is not neutral language, gavar. The text describes the waters like they are winning, gavar, right? So it almost reads like a battle. So the waters are rising, the waters are overcoming, the waters are dominating the earth, right? This gives the flood a sense of movement and intensity, gavar. I keep saying gavar because I want you to remember gavar. So the flood isn't described like a calm event, it's described like something taking over, right? It's overpowering, it's overcoming. And since the word keeps describing it with the gavar, right, it's emphasizing like, it's repeating itself to say, look, dude, this is a major thing. This isn't something that we're just playing about. This isn't some low-level situation. This is high stakes, high-level stuff. So yeah, that's gavar. So now we want to step back for a second. Don't just look at the words. Listen to how the story feels, right? The pattern is waters increase, waters prevail, waters recede. It rises, it peaks, it falls, right? That's rhythm. So the story moves like the flood itself, okay? This is actually intentional storytelling. The reader doesn't just understand the flood, they experience the flood through the structure of the story, right? We don't read stuff like this super often anymore because like I said, we have different attention spans than they did. But whenever this was written, it was written to like bring out emotion, bring out an understanding of just how severe this devastating thing was, because it seemed chaotic to human beings, to Noah and them and the world. I mean, think about how many people and things died during the flood. Like, this is crazy stuff. We've talked enough about it over all these videos. We've talked enough about it. That's my dad. We've talked enough about it over all this stuff that we should be pretty familiar with that topic by now. So anyway, so let's talk about numbers. Because Genesis repeats specific time markers, 7 days, 40 days, 150 days, right? 7 days often represents completeness and preparation period, divine order. 40 days, testing, trial, transition. So some examples are like Moses, 40 days on Sinai, Israel, 40 years in the wilderness, Jesus, 40 days fasting, 150 days signified a longer period, sustained judgment, extended dominance of waters, right? These numbers are not just measurements, they are part of the message. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, let's get back to the build now.
I'm not cracking.
What is he saying? What's he saying, Mom?
He snap, crackle, popping. It's like a Rice Krispie treat.
Oh, I hear a bunch of mobs underneath us.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Am I doing this right?
No, not now. You were. Till that one place you're at now. You have to place...
Well, I'm leaving it.
You have to place blocks behind it in order for them to be sitting correctly. Oh, wait. Hold up. Oh, I see.
That's
You were
what I was
using those
doing.
blocks that way. I see. I see.
Yeah.
I just used dirt blocks when I did mine, so I was lost. Okay, now I need fence posts. I thought you brought that crafting table back up here.
I have it in my thing. I didn't know if you told me. Never mind.
Well, that's because I didn't want you to have to run down there
Yeah,
and get it. But now that you're back up here, might as well.
it's in my inventory.
Ah.
Definitely gonna have to move the opening of the mine.
Okay, we're gonna do that. And now we need, where is it at? Dark oak fence posts. So I don't think I need that many, but whatever. We'll use them at some point, somewhere, at some time. Don't worry about that at all. Were you worried?
I wasn't worried.
You can be honest if you were worried.
Wasn't worried.
You can be honest. It's fine.
I'm being honest. I wasn't worried.
Okay. So there's that. Then I did this.
Okay, it goes all the way to the ground, right?
Yes. So there's that. And all of this is gonna, these fence posts are gonna make more sense whenever we build like the drawbridge. I doubt we'll get to that today. But yeah, it'll all make more sense once that's done.
Okay, come over here and see what I've done to make sure I've done this right.
Okay, give me just 2 seconds.
And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and move this entrance to the thing. Because the door is gonna come out here.
Okay,
See, this is what it's gonna look like on this side.
looks good. Yeah, that looks right.
You think I need to move this or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to cover it up at some point.
That's what I thought it was going to have to be covered. So should I...
It's getting close to nighttime again. Man. Night comes so fast. Come on, baby. That's enough for now. I'm going to work on one side, and then we'll do the other side. Which this side, I think, other than the drawbridge itself, this side's pretty well done. Other than the door. Yeah.
You got any dirt?
Yeah, I got 37. It's almost nighttime.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, let's go back to the biblical lesson again. We'll probably finish the other side of this and then call this done. So now I want to explain 2x2s and 7x7s. Okay? This is where a lot of people get confused. And I was confused when I first read this. So, Genesis 6 says 2 of every kind. But Genesis 7 says 7 pairs of clean animals. Excuse me. Again. At first glance, it looks like a contradiction in the scripture. But it's not. It's actually layered storytelling, okay? Genesis 6 is giving the general command, right? Preserve every kind of life. Genesis 7 zooms in and gives an additional detail. Clean animals are brought in greater number. Do you know why?
No.
Because, I'm glad you asked. You didn't ask, but whatever.
No, but I don't know, so I want to know.
So, I'm going to go ahead and go to the scripture before I even start talking about this. Because clean animals are used for sacrifice, according to Genesis 8:20, right? Where are we at? Then Noah built an altar to the Lord and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. Okay? So, this is also ongoing survival. So, Genesis first gives us the big picture in Genesis 6, then fills in all the details. So, this is a common Hebrew pattern, right? So they start broad, then they zoom in. So what looks like repetition or contradiction is actually expansion, right? Good stuff. I'm rubbing my eye. Sorry. So, I'm going to go make some more stairs. We're going to finish this other side, then the video will probably be over. So, I know that I said earlier in the episode that us building a triangle structure goes with something that I wanted to teach y'all today. So, chiasms. Sounds like a weird word, right? But chiasms show up all throughout Scripture. And I actually need to look up, because I'm curious. I'm really curious if Noah's Ark is the first chiasm. I'm about to look it up. Okay. Is Noah's Ark the first chiasm in the Bible? Let's see. You guys know I'm always asking Siri something. I don't know why, because she ain't that smart. She be struggling. But I always be asking her. See? She didn't understand what I said. So we're going to look this up. Is Noah's Ark the first... Forced? I always misspell first. Chiasm in the Bible.
I can hear
The
them
story
all
of
down
Noah's Ark is one of the most prominent, extensive, and widely recognized chiasms in the Bible, but is not typically considered the very first one, as smaller chiastic structures appear earlier in Genesis. Okay. So it's not the first, but it's a prominent one. So, see, I don't know everything, so I had to look it up for myself. I thought that it might be, but it's not surprising that it's not, actually. I'll go into what a chiasm is in a second. I'm focusing on getting this right, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping to get the door built, the actual drawbridge, and whatchamacallit? I was hoping to get all of that done today. That's not happening. I think we've already been doing this for 40 minutes. So, sorry guys. You guys know I always plan for these episodes not to be as long as they are, and then they're way longer. My bad. But if you're enjoying it. If you don't care, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. I know I'm not like the best person at Minecraft, and I'm not the smartest person with the Bible, but you know, I try my best, okay? Have some grace. So the second down. Yeah. Anyway, chiasms. So chiasm, it's like a pyramid, and like I said, I'm going to try to put this on screen. If you don't see it, I would suggest looking up what a chiasm is so that you can visualize it better. Okay, here's this.
I was hoping to come out right up there.
Good thing you didn't, because if you'd been over there where right up there is, you'd have tore up the rock.
I would have come out through the steps, I
Oh
thought.
yeah, that's perfect. That worked out really well.
Oh, they're right above here.
Okay,
Just need to go up a couple and come through.
this should be right. Should be. It's Scaffolding is so awesome.
It does make things easier.
It is the greatest thing ever added to Minecraft ever. Boom. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so here's where all of this comes together, right? The whole story is structured using something called a chiasm. A chiasm is a mirrored structure, right? If I do that wrong again, I'm going to lose it. How many times am I going to do that wrong? There you go. Good job, man. Hopefully somebody else tells me good job.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that, bro.
You're welcome. Okay, so now, okay.
Okay. Boom. Man, I keep doing that wrong. It's making me angry. Okay, so I want you all to imagine a pyramid, and I'm going to try to lay this out the best I can with words, just in case I can't put text on screen. I'm sure I can figure it out, but it's late. I got work in the morning. You know how it is? Sick. Okay, that's done. Sick. Yeah. Okay, so imagine it like this. You got A, B, C, D. Well, actually, I'll lay it out like this. So here's your triangle. A, B, C, D. D is this point. Then you have C again, B, and then A. So it's a pyramid. So it starts here. A, B, C, D is the climax. C, B, A. So the story is going back on itself. It's a mirrored structure. So the beginning matches the end. The next layer matches the next. And everything moves towards the center. Right? So it's like folding the story in half. Both sides match. Okay? It's like folding a piece of paper. So the flood story works like this. Okay? Really visualize this. Actually, I'm going to finish placing this fence. And then you can visualize it. How you feel about that, folks? Yeah. Nothing.
Okay. Nothing.
He didn't say nothing. Nada.
Nada, nada.
Beautimus. Okay, then that one starts from the top, goes down 2, over, and then down 4. So you got 1, 2, over, 3, and those 2, then down 2. That should be right? Boom, 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 boom. Alright, the door's done other than the drawbridge that needs to be built. So anyway, look at it like this. So pyramid, right? Corruption, the ark is entered. The waters rise, the waters peak. The waters fall, the ark is exited, and restoration. So most people obviously focus on the center, the waters peak. But don't miss this, right? The entire story is built to reverse itself, right? It's almost nighttime, Mom. Everything that happens going in is undone going out, right? Entering the ark leads to leaving the ark. It is nighttime. Waters rising leads to waters falling. Chaos goes to order. The flood is written like something that is undone. So here's what this means theologically. This is not random storytelling. This is controlled design. The structure shows that the flood is not chaos to God, even if it feels like chaos to us, right? Which, that's a lot of things in our lives. A lot of things feel chaotic to me because I live in my flesh and I can't see the bigger picture, but the Lord has it all under control, right? So the repetition, the symmetry, the timing, all of it points to one truth. God is in control of every single part of this story and has it laid out from beginning to end, right? That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
So, that's how this story works. It's structured, it's intentional, it's precise. Sometimes life feels like the middle of the flood, right? The peak, messy, confusing, and out of control. But what feels chaotic to us is not chaotic to God. So the flood is not just about water, it's about design, it's about structure, and a God who is completely in control, even when everything looks completely out of control. And God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So we can trust that if he was in complete control here and knew everything that was going on here, he's still faithful and true to us today and is still under control of the things that feel chaotic to us. And I think we can find a lot of encouragement in that. I know I find a lot of encouragement in that. So yeah, that's today's
Good
lesson. And now you guys learned what a chiasm is. Man, you guys are going to be biblical scholars before you know it.
Chiasm and Teva.
What did you just call it? Teva is
Teva?
from a way different
Tava.
video, brother.
I know, but it's still 2 words that I've learned.
What was the other one that you said?
Chiasm.
I thought you said chasm the first time, so.
Mm-mm.
I was like, bruh, that ain't right. I need spruce.
Oh, I'm sure I will get it wrong a few hundred times. I mean, it is me, but that's okay.
I'm going to do this one last thing, and then I'll be done.
I've got all kinds of coal down here. Which is just hilarious considering we couldn't find it.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Mom moved all our chests from up there to down here. And now I don't know where nothing's at. I gotta be real with you. And Mom's been working on mining wood. Look at this, like a crazy person. So great. My mom is so
Just
great.
getting ready.
Hopefully we don't use all of that. Do we not have
Well, I
any
mean, we're
deep
going to be
slate
building
in
other
here?
stuff, so. No, I have not mined any deep slate.
Except for probably downstairs in your bottom chest.
Probably right.
Okay, guys, I'm trying to hurry, I promise. I know that this is a long video, but I am trying to hurry, I promise. Okay.
Please tell me I have more than one above. More than one. So I can mine these out.
You have so many random holes in the side of your mine. I get so lost.
I don't know what you're talking
Deep
about.
slate. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so. How do you make polished deep slate? Isn't it just using deep slate? Yes. Which I think polished deep slate may be my favorite block of all time now. So we'll just do that. That'll work. I didn't need that much, but I like it, so we'll use it.
Bye.
Do I have chains still? Yes. Yeah, we did a lot of work off camera just because I really hate getting you guys on here just to make you, you know, watch boring stuff. I don't want you to watch boring stuff. That's lame, homie.
I remember where I put my tools at.
Oh no. I'm trying my best, guys, to not make this a excruciatingly long video, but Mom was working on this project at the worst possible time ever.
What are you doing?
Getting out of here. Mom.
If you go straight, it brings you back out.
Okay. So. What was I doing? I got lost. Well, I guess this isn't finished, actually. But this is an easy fix. And finish. Okay. Aww. And I ran out of stairs. That's so sad. Okay. And this is going to go all the way to the top. Then ooh. So then we're going to go down 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we need you, and you, and you. So you're going to go here. We're going to go down a little bit. Put you there. Go down a little bit and put you there. Sick. So there's one. So we're going to have these pillar things like holding the arc together almost. All the way around the entirety of the arc. This was a design that I really liked, like from the beginning of my original concept for this whole channel. Well, for the whole series of the arc. But this is a concept that I really, really liked. So I'm going with it. And sorry that my voice is sounding worse by the minute. I'm getting tired. So bear with me, sorry. My voice gets deeper the more tired I get. I do 3 or 4 on this. Three. Okay.
Right in here.
Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3. Boom. But on this one, we're going to do 2 chains. 1, 2. And boom. Beautimus. Oh, that was not good. I could have died there. But that's okay. If we die trying to spread the gospel, we die. Okay. There's that one. Then we'll go over here to this one. Sick. Oh, precious is that flow. Okay. You're gonna go there. Sick. And we're gonna go. And we'll add a couple of you. Actually, we don't need any more of you. So we got 1, 2, 3.
What'd I do?
Boom. It's almost night time now.
Again?
Yeah, I know. 10 minutes passes quick.
Yes, it do.
Boom. Okay. Now we go to sleep so we don't die from the skeletons and the zombies. Yep, nighttime. Let's go. Boom. Boom. Going to sleep. And then we're going to end the video.
Yeah, it's 10:15. You got to get in bed.
Well, just tell everybody in the world what time it is at my house.
Oh, sorry. Oops.
So here's our
Oopsie doopsie.
door. We got to build the actual door, but here is the framework for the drawbridge door of the ark. Looks pretty good. I think I like it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I guess we're gonna end the video
y'all.
here.
Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
Share and tell your friends. I think
Comment.
it's the same thing.
Well, no, if they share it, then they can also tell their friends.
So anyway, remember that YouTube school, Minecraft school. Well, actually, Minecraft school, YouTube school. But take time today to read your Bible. Also remember that Christ is Lord, and every knee shall bow, according to Philippians 2:9-11. And yeah, I think that's all we have for you guys today. So thanks for joining us. And in the next episode, we'll probably build the door, and build the stairs going up to the second level of the ark. So yeah. And in next episode, we'll also talk about clean and unclean before the law. So pretty cool. I remember writing that lesson. It's pretty cool. So anyway, got anything else to say, Mom?
Nope. Thank y'all for watching.
All right. Thank you guys. See ya.